Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day. Has had a good day so far. We have a pretty decent sized slate for Sunday slate. Didn't find as many as I thought I would like, but you guys know that I'm never a guy in general that's going to force any picks. I'm only going to put the ones that I like. And I know people have asked before in the comments, can you please add more player props? Can you please have more of this, more of that? I'm only adding more if I like it. I'm not going to put anything out there that's not my best. So I still found some that I found for the video. And as always, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow when lineups come out. It just depends. Lines change, lineups change, so it all just depends. But I'll go straight into the picks. And the first one is Ndicka to go lower than 70.5 passes, playing at home for Roma, going up against Como. He's gone under in his last 5 out of 10 and 13 out of 26 this season. So just in general, it's a 50% hit rate. And my gut in general is just telling me under. He went under in the first game, barely with 70. And if you look at just in general out of the last 5 that he's gone over, he's only gone over in his last 5 out of 10. The 5 that he did go over was against Monza, who allowed the 9th most passes. Parma, who allowed the 3rd most passes. Napoli. But first of all, Napoli are a team that they're like a 50% possession team in general. And second of all, Roma was down from the 29th minute. And when the team is down, the other team, which in this case would be Roma, gets more possession of the ball. Genoa, who allowed the 5th most passes, and then Parma again, who allowed the 3rd most passes. So all these teams, other than maybe Napoli, give a lot of possession. And with that Napoli game, they were down, so they control more of the ball. And I like this play for 2 reasons. One, Como allowed the 6th least passes to opponents, and it comes down because 1, they play possession of the ball, and 2, they're an aggressive team. When they don't have the ball, they're constantly looking and pressing the opponents to try to get the ball back, which is one reason why I like to play. And the second one, in my opinion, Roma are more likely to take the lead, which obviously means, and in turn means, more possession for Como. So they're very, very likely to play 3-back. They've played 3-back pretty much the whole season. So whenever they play 3-back, he'll get less passes as if he was playing the 4-back with 2 center backs. So that's another reason why I like this play. And in general, like I said, just gut-wise, I like this play. You can play this up to around 67.5. I wouldn't play it after that just because this line is pretty sharp. Again, I'm just trusting my gut on this one. I think he goes under here. So I like Ndicka to go under 7.5 passes. And then the second play that I found that I like is Adrien Truffert to go higher than 0.5 shots, playing away from home for Rennes, going up against Montpellier. We've taken him before, and he came through for us then, so I'm taking him again. He averages 0.97 per 90, so pretty much averages 1 shot per 90. And he's a left back who's been playing as a left mid because in the beginning of the season, they played as a 4-back. But now they've been playing as a 3-back with him being a left mid / left wing back. He's been playing a lot higher than what he usually did in the beginning of the season. And they're playing against Montpellier, who allowed the most shots to opponents, so it's the best possible matchup. He did go under in the first game, but he has 6 crosses and 2 long balls, so he was playing up. He just didn't get the opportunity to shoot. And if you look at just his away games, he's gone over this mark in 6 out of 9, so that's a 67% hit rate away from home. And the games he went under against Brest, allowed the 8th least passes. Auxerre, who first of all allowed the 10th least, but they play much better when they play at home, much better defensively, so that was one thing. And 2, he was also playing in the 4-back instead of a 3-back, so less opportunities for him to go up. And against Nantes, who 1, allowed the 9th least shots, and 2, they were a man down since the 45th minute of the game. So they were already a man down, so they had to play much more defensively. So the 3 games that he went under, 2 was circumstantial, and the other one they don't allow a lot of shots. So that's the reason why I believe he went under. Also, Montpellier are weak at defending the wings and allowing long shots to opponents. And Truffert obviously plays on the wing because, like I mentioned, he's a left back who's been playing as a left mid because he plays as a wing back. So he can attack those wings. And 2, he takes long shots. He's a long shot taker. 10 of his shots have been from inside the box, 9 from outside the box. He plays on the left, and I believe he's left-footed, so he just takes those shots across, so he doesn't need a lot of space to take them. And he's also pretty versatile for a defender. He's taking 13 with his left and 9 with his right, so whether it's a long shot, whether it's with his left, with his right, he can take the shots as long as he gets the space, and it's a good line and a good matchup here, so I can't ignore it. So like Adrien Truffert to go higher than 0.5 shots. And then I do have 2 leans that I was looking at. I didn't want to add them. They're just leans. They're not official plays. If you want to, you can look at Paulo Dybala for Roma to go over 2.5 shots. And you can look at Mason Greenwood to get 2 shots on target. Before I get into my money line plays, as always, if you guys please could like the video, comment. It's a great way to support the channel. It helps boost the video out to more people, and just engagement in general helps. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn notifications so you're notified when these videos are out, because some of these plays at times do tend to get bumped or taken away relatively often after I post these videos. And if you want to support the channel just a little more and get the videos out even earlier than what you usually would, I do have the membership link in the description. Like I said, it's either linked or there's the join button next to the subscribe button if you want to join that. Again, a great way to support the channel. And then all my links for everything, whether it's Outlier, whether it's Underdog, PrizePicks, Fliff, everything is linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. But when it comes to the money line challenges, we hit day 2 of the ladder challenge, so we're on to day 3. And the play that I found that I like is starting 0.5 Osasuna goals going up against Valencia at home for -325. First of all, Osasuna have scored in all league home games this season. Out of 13 home league games, they have scored in all 13. And they've played against tough opponents. They've played against Real Madrid. They've played against Barcelona. They've played against Sociedad. They've played against Bilbao. They've played against great defenses, and they've scored against all of them at home. So there's no reason why they can't score against Valencia. Valencia have conceded 24 goals in 12 away games, so they average 2 conceded. We just need them to score 1. And besides, Osasuna don't have any injuries. They're fully healthy in the attack, midfield, defense. They're fully healthy, so again, there's no reason why they can't score. And Valencia have conceded in 11 out of 12 away games. That's a 92% hit rate, and the only team that wasn't able to score against them was Leganes, who has a bad attack. And like I mentioned, they have scored in 13 out of 13 games at home. It's not like they've scored like 13 or 14 goals at home. They have still scored 22 and 13. So that's around 1.5 goals scored at home. So they're also relatively clinical, above average, converting 38% of the shots on target. And I mentioned that specifically because when they play away, they only take on average 1.9 shots on target. But when they play at home, which is where they're playing now, they on average take 4.5. So they over double the amount of shots on target that they take at home. And with the 38% hit rate, when it comes to them converting, if they get those, they're going to convert 1. They're good in the air. They play wide. They cross the ball a lot. They send a lot of long balls. And that's good against Valencia, who are not good in the air. They can't defend the wings, and they can't defend through balls. So it's a good matchup at home. They have scored in all 13 home league games so far. So this is just another game they can make that into 14. So for day 3 of the ladder challenge, I like higher than 0.5 Osasuna goals for -325 going up against Valencia. And then the second play that I found that I like is in Ligue 1, and it's higher than 1.5 Roma goals going up against Como for -105. I was back and forth really between the Roma money line and both teams to score, but really just stat-wise, recent form, and just my gut is telling me to take this play. They have scored, first of all, 28 and 13 at home. So they average over 2 goals scored at home, which is good for us. And they have the second best home attack in the league so far. And even just recently, in the last 2 games, Roma have scored 3 goals and 4 goals, both at home. And now they have a third home game in a row again. That doesn't happen often. So they're in great form. They've been playing at home, so they've been getting plenty of rest. They don't have to travel. They can stay at home, which is good for us. And Como have conceded 20 goals and 13 away, so that's an average of 1.54. So they will concede as well. They can score that second, and I think they will. Roma are good at attacking the wings, good at attacking set pieces, and they play possession of the ball, while Como tend to foul a lot, which means more set piece opportunities for a team like Roma. And they also tend to make mistakes, which is what Roma can capitalize on, especially in their good form at home. I see them converting these chances. And injury-wise, Como are missing 2 key defenders, a center back and a right back. And again, just when I was looking at the other place, the 1.5 Roma goals, you're getting pretty good value here. It's just a good call. Besides, Como in the last 5 games had conceded 2+ in the last 3 out of 5 games. They're in good form, so I like this play for the value as well. So I higher than 1.5 Roma goals at home going up against Como for -105. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. We swept the money lines. We did great on those. We hit day 2 of the ladder challenge, like I mentioned before. Sevilla came through. And that also correlated with the Luka Baggio to get a shot on target. He hadn't taken the shot the whole game. It was getting really sweaty. His first shot of the game, first of all, on target. Second of all, was a goal, so it's a win-win. Luka Baggio got a shot on target, and Sevilla got their goal, which was great for us. Then Dortmund came through with their win. They won 2-0 pretty convincingly against St. Pauli. I knew they were gonna start turning their season around in general, especially in the league away from home, so they came through for us. And then we did have Marmoush, but he didn't start, so that DNP'd. And then I did have one added play for a guy to get 2 shots, and he did get subbed out. I believe maybe like 20 minutes to go. He had one. He couldn't get that second one, so it was unfortunate. We were this close to sweeping the day. I added the added play mainly because one, I liked it, and two, Marmouche was he ended up DMPing, but he ended up missing, so we were one away from sweeping the full day. We still had a 3-in-1 day. We swept the money line, so we're still on a great run, and hopefully we can carry on that momentum going into tomorrow's games. And like I mentioned, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pin comment. You can keep looking out for those. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow. I'm not sure. Might not have any. I'm just, like I said, I'm only going to add plays if I see something I like. I'm not going to force anything. And I do have my Discord linked in the description. It is not a premium. I'm not a YouTube channel that hides picks. All my picks are available for free on YouTube. The Discord is just for those I want to join. A good community I'm trying to build. Talk about your lines, other lines, talk during the games, other sports, all that good stuff. So you're more than welcome to join. Link in the description. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.